dear friends, gods and masters. A very good evening to you all. Mahavatar TV warmly welcomes you to the 21 days free holistic wellness program, batch 22, day 5. Before commencing the session, I would like to say pranams to you all and to our Guruji Ranganath sir and to our Grandmaster Maharshi Patriji, our great Grandmaster Mahavatar Babaji, to all the great Grandmasters and to the universe. So today is Saturday, so there will be no particular speaker today because everyone is special here, special today, special program we call it as. So this is your moment to share, whether it is a skill, or story, or performance, or simply some good words. This is your stage. You are all welcome, masters, to express yourself. So let's make this program joyful, meaningful through your active participation. So I'll unmute you all. If you want to share anything, you can. Stage is yours. Anything you want to share, you can share, masters. Okay, masters. Now I will share wisdom on breaking free from dopamine addiction. Topic is breaking free from dopamine addiction. So first of all, what is dopamine? So dopamine is an hormone. We call it as a happy hormone. So it is neurotransmitter. So a chemical messenger that plays a key or crucial role in brain functions. So how we can feel pleasure, motivation, and reward. So if you do like if you do anything, if you learn any skill, or if you want if you work hard for any exams, or you can achieve anything good or success, brain will give you a reward. So it makes you feel happy. So that happiness creating hormone is dopamine. So whenever good feel good moment happen to you is actually your the release of your dopamine. So that is why this dopamine is called feel good chemical of the brain, because it is involved in making us feel good when we achieve something good, or when you achieve any pleasurable activity, or even when you participate or anticipate a reward, participate in something, or reaching your goal. So whatever feel good moments happen, so there the release of your dopamine is happened. So far it is good, right? Then why is we call dopamine addiction? So why are we addicted to that? So dopamine is actually good thing. So because it makes us feel happy, it makes us feel the moment good. So whenever uh, whenever we strive to achieve something, so reward should be there for sure. So it should be our brain should be rewarded us with something happy. Happy moment should be happen. But why is this called? Why it is addicted? Why are we calling it as dopamine addiction? So for example, let's take a short example. So when we woke up in the morning, what are the first thing we do? So after our natural calls, most of us people do. So before you touch your feet to the ground also, your hand reaches your mobile. Just grab your phone, uh, make a quick glance at your notifications before, So you feel happy seeing notifications, or you may feel happy seeing someone starts then messaging, or you may feel good. That little burst of happiness happens. It whenever before you touching your feet to the ground also, just grab your mobile. You start seeing your scrolling your mobile, see the notifications, you feel happy. So their happiness is created. So The reason behind is dopamine. This dopamine really good for you. The happiness achieved from scrolling the mobile, seeing happiness in your face with the mobile, is it good for you? Actually, dopamine is good, but the effect of feeling good or happy moment from scrolling the mobile is good for us. So we call it as quick dopamine or cheap dopamine. So the happiness with the limited things of which we get from instantly is not good for us, not good for our health. So what are the effects of this quick dopamine we have? We'll see. So what is happening here is, of course, dopamine is released when you do something. Your brain will reward you with this happy moment or feel good moment. It makes you feel happy. So this dopamine is released instantly instead of working hard, instead of achieving something, instead of doing something great. So instead of doing that, your brain should have had. So that is balanced. But you are getting this dopamine very easily, instantly. So this instant dopamine, quick dopamine is very bad. So this is called as this slowly becomes an addiction. So instead of scrolling your mobile for 1 hour, 10 to 15 minutes, it may leads to hours also. So it becomes an addiction. So instead of feeling happy for if you get happiness in 10 minutes, so this addiction leads you to make you to prolong hours like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Instead of getting happiness in 10 minutes, this will be prolonged for hours also. Finally, it will become an addiction. So this is dopamine addiction. So this that is really bad for us, and it is not acceptable. So your brain is designed in such a way that it is to produce dopamine when you do something challenging, like study for an exam. So you are working hard for your exam, or winning a race, or learning any difficult skill, or playing through a tough sport. So instead of doing that, so it's nature way of rewarding you for putting your effort. So that brain also will recognize your effort, and when you succeed, your brain will reward you with some happiness, feel good moment. So instead of that, now you are getting this happiness instantly. So that will be very bad for us, very effective for us. Sadly, technology, food industry, entertainment industries have found ways to hijack this system. So it will trigger your brain with easy, quick dopamine or easy dopamine effects. So without any real effort, also you'll get happiness with these little things, like uh, food industry. If you take junk foods or some sugary snacks or sweets, some people like found happiness in eating sweets. Some people like happiness in eating biryanis and all. So where is this happiness comes from? So why are you attracted to that particular sweet or particular biryani or something like that? So you will get happiness. You'll so dopamine will be released when you use that thing. So that happiness will be instantly released. So that ultimately that food which is with the high sugars or biryani which is with the high protein fats and all. So that is not good for you. But you feel you are eating that only for your happiness, not for your health. So it will have serious effects like on the entertainment industry. So like you are addicted to mobile screen, keep on scrolling the mobile for hours, or you may be attracted to watching movies at a shot for continuous 3 4 hours 5 hours 6 hours. So you ultimately you will feel happy. There will be a happy moment created by dopamine will be released by your brain, but that instant dopamine is harmful for us. And technology like mobiles and all, food industry, junk foods and all, entertainment like movies and all. So these industries, they found ways, they are hijacking your brain system without any real effect you are putting on. You are easily get happiness with the release of your dopamine. So this quick dopamine, as a result, your brain starts craving for this quick dopamine hits. So instead of waiting for more hours, you are you are feeling happy for with this limited things. Quick dopamine hits, we call it as, and slowly you began to depend on these easy pleasures only instead of waiting or working hard or gaining or learning a new skill or study hard, or you can sit for other things. You are addicted, slowly being addicted to these quick and easy pleasures. So this dopamine effect addiction is a serious problem nowadays. So millions are facing this challenge today. So we even don't know that we are addicted. We are effect of this dopamine addiction. So we don't know that we are facing this. Millions are facing this dopamine addiction problem. So let us see what are the harmful effects of dopamine addiction. First one is loss of motivation. So when your brain keeps on getting pleasure or happiness with limited efforts, like for easy food, or some people have addiction to shopping, so they feel happy while doing shopping. Even they don't need anything. Also, they go for shopping because they feel happy if they go for shopping. So like these things. So your brain keeps getting pleasure or happiness without any effort, without working hard. Your brain keeps on getting pleasure with these limited things. So it's start believing hard work is not necessary for your happiness. So your brain thinks that no hard work is required for happiness. Only with this little pleasures only you will get happy. Like that, your brain will start believing. So you will lose finally. You will lose your motivation. You will lose your drive to study. You don't it is difficult for us to sit together and study. So uh, you may not find difficulty sitting and reading anything. So that will be difficult. So you can sit 3 hours straight watching your mobile, but you cannot sit 3 hours straight studying or reading. And you will not you cannot focus on your career. You cannot do any meaningful goals. You cannot set your goals. So that is a serious issue, loss of motivation. And second thing is endless cravings. So you keeps on chasing one thing after the other, like scrolling mobiles. You feel pressure in scrolling mobiles one time, and the other time you may switch to watching movies, and some other time you will switch to consuming things like gadgets, electronic things you are addicted to. So when whichever things you feel happy, your mind keeps on moving to this. So there will be endless cravings for this. So you are never truly satisfied with one thing. So happiness becomes short-lived and it will be keeps on moving. And third thing is need for constant stimulation, like simple things like reading, spending some time quality time with someone you like, or having some peaceful conversations with someone you feel will be boring. So you cannot able to sit try to 10 minutes with them. You cannot have beautiful conversations with them. Instead of sitting with them also, you start taking your mobile and keeps on scrolling. So there will you start boring talking to them. So there will be no connections between you, these two people. You cannot able to establish relations with someone you like. So that is the reason why there are lot of relations have been not going well these days. So another thing is restlessness. There will be no quick excitement for anything. Like, so even if you found anything, you will not feel it excited. So this is also a harmful effect. And fourth thing is food dependence. So like junk foods you consume, sugary, salt, processed foods. So this gives you fast dopamine because these are very very tasty, but not with rich nutrients and all. So which leads to you overeating. You keeps on eating these junk foods and all. So that will leads you health problems. And fifth one is shopping addiction. So buying new things which gives you temporary happiness, but soon you need to buy more to feel the same excitement. So one day you shop for like 5,000, you feel happy. So if it keeps on going, even for 10 or 15,000 also, your excitement or happiness won't limit. So you make it habit of buying more things, more things, more things. So it will lead to financial and emotional stress. And fifth one is you will neglect your responsibilities. Like you may miss your deadlines, you will neglect your work, you ignore your important tasks. So that will finally lead to bigger life challenges. And apart from this, you can also have neurological effects like desensitization. Like so, the brain becomes less sensitive to the dopamine over the time. So that means you need more of the same activity to feel the same pleasure. Like firstly, you may have pleasure of watching mobile for 10 minutes. So if in order to get the same pleasure, so this time increases over the time. So that the desensitization of the brain happens. So it will have neurological effects and your reduced baseline dopamine, like everyday activities that once brought joy will no longer make you feel happy. So you used to those days you used to have good conversation with your friends. So going for a walk or have you any hobby. So those things will no longer make you happy. So over the time, this will be the harmful effect of dopamine addiction and impaired decision making. You are not able to take good decisions at the right time. Apart from this, there are also psychological effects like anxiety and depression, mood swings, irritability, and also behavioral effects like compulsive behavior. So repeatedly engaging in the behavior despite negative consequences, a loss of interest in the real life. So instead of spending in the real world interactions and experiences, you prefer for virtual or artificial interactions. So that is why this we have so much of craze for this virtual world, virtual reality. VR. So instead of spending real time real world interactions and experiences, you prefer that for virtual and artificial stimuli. And inattention or find difficulty in focusing on tasks. So these are all behavioral effects you see with this dopamine addiction. And the physical effects like your sleep disturbances will be there. So if you keep on addicting to the mobile and all, if you keeps on getting pleasure from those, so your screen time will be increased. No, there will be late night screen time, and this gaming habits or that can disrupt your circadian cycle, and fatigue and burnouts will be there. Your mental exhaustion, you're feeling mental exhaustion, and your food habits, food diet, physical well-being will be affected. Your health will be affected. So these are all the physical effects. So what we have seen so far is the harmful effects of dopamine addiction. So how to overcome this? And the good news is this dopamine addiction can be reversed. It can your brain can be retrained. So even though you are addicted to this, it can be retrained or reversed with this with the simple steps. So what are those will be see. The first thing is protect your first hour of your day, because we believe that first hour of your day is very crucial. So your brain will be so sensitive, so crucial in that time. The first hour after waking is very crucial. Your mind will be sensitive, and the whole tone for the day will be set in the first hour. So instead of looking for screens, social media, notifications, phone, and all, go for natural things like practice pranayama, some breath work, Surya Namaskara. Instead of watching mobile, get pleasure or happiness from these things like pranayama, Surya Namaskar, breath work. Or you can go to the nature, feel the sunrise, sit on the chair, feel the sunrise. Or you can talk to the trees, go to the nature, talk to the trees, feel them, feel the leaves, feel the grass. Or if you are good with gardening, do gardening activities in the morning hours first, because first hour is very crucial. And you can eat nourishing foods like soaked almonds or fruits in the first hour, because instead of getting happiness from junk foods, switch to this rich nutrient foods like soaked almonds and fruits and all. Do yoga or stretch yourself, and meditation in the morning first hours. That is why we are been starting to do early morning meditation. Or you can have a mindful conversation with the ones with positive attitude. So at first you might feel restless following all these activities, because you have been addicted to this dopamine addiction, and you don't know that you are being addicted by dopamine, uh, harmful effects of dopamine. So you may feel difficult. So instead of switching all these things, and I mean, from mobile to this all these good things, so it may take time. So you may feel restlessness during first starting days. So this constant withdrawing from suddenly will also have effects, but stay with it. So go for it, and you will slowly experience calm, clarity, and focus. You can overcome this dopamine effect. And second thing is, replace this cheap dopamine with rich experiences. Like instead of scrolling mobiles and all, replace it with books, some inspiring books. Make habit of reading books. Firstly, it will be difficult only, but slow over the time, it will have it can replace your cheap dopamine. Instead of cheap dopamine, you will get real dopamine. And instead of movie being watching and all, uh, replace it with a new skill or practicing some new hobby. You can replace it with new hobby. So instead of fast food or junk food, you can move to the rich nutrient food or some wholesome meals and all. So slow and wholesome meals, you can replace it with junk food, and replace your shopping with the feeling of gratitude, like of what you already have. I'm gratitude for having this. So you can choose that. So instead of buying new thing without so without even need also, replace this impulsive shopping with gratitude for what you already have. So at first your brain will resist for this, surely, but more you choose meaningful activities, the more your brain will find joy in the real growth and real achievement. And third and final thing is, try this 30-day dopamine reset technique. So instead of or retraining or resetting your brain, it will take nearly 30 days. So for this 30 days, no use, no excessive using of mobile phones, no junk food, no binge watching movies and all, no useless apps in your mobile. So instead of that, make your make you focus on your personal growth, meditate, or you can work out, or you can set your goal, or you can make a new hobby, or you can learn a new skill. So instead of that, you can keep on doing this for at least 30 days. This will help you brain reset and find satisfaction in the effort and achievement once again. So finally, I want to conclude that dopamine isn't a problem. The real problem is how we are getting it, or with quickly or instantly, or from hard work, or putting after putting effort. So train your brain, feel rewarded after effort, not for distraction. Let your so you can uh, no, let your you can come back to this, but after working hard only. So let your favorite shows, snacks, and games and all become a reward after meaningful work only. You will go for it. So that will be the effective use of and actual release of dopamine. So when you do this, you will rediscover focus, clarity, and true joy, not from chasing more, but from being in the present. That is from my side, masters. If you have any queries, you can